everybody, this is Eric Worre and welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. Today I want to talk about what might be a touchy subject for people, but I continue to see in the news, since it's our political season here in the United States, this issue of jobs. We have to create more jobs. We have to do more to stimulate jobs. And the thing that makes me a little bit crazy is it's so obvious to me what's going on. I would think it would be obvious to other people what's going on when it comes to jobs. Our world has changed completely, totally, and utterly. And it's not going to go back. What people want is create something to take us back to where we were. We're not going back to where we were. And I want to give you some examples, okay? And I want you to understand why network marketing is positioned so perfectly in these economic times. If you went back 100 years, I'm going to draw some things out. If you went back 100 years, almost everyone in the world was engaged in agriculture of some sort. Almost everyone. Like 90% plus was engaged in farming, creating food, right? So this group, I'll just call it farming. If you took that entire population, now we've become so efficient, and that's the key word, so efficient over the course of the last 100 years that today approximately 1% of the people in the world are engaged in farming or agriculture. So it went from almost everyone down to something like 1%. Now, should we stimulate growth and more jobs in farming? Why would we do that? It's become so efficient that we are able to now go do other things. We don't need to go grow our food anymore because that's being taken care of for us by this 1%. So we can't go back and stimulate that. Let me give you some other examples. Manufacturing. Making things has become so efficient. Now you can argue that developing countries or countries where they can get lower labor, whatever, they shouldn't do that and we should stop that and we should bring manufacturing. We could do it. You can argue however you want. But here's what I will tell you. It's become so efficient that the population of people that used to be in manufacturing now aren't in manufacturing anymore. It's being done by others or by machines. Take the automotive industry. How many used to be employed on the assembly lines and how much is done by machine and robots today? You think about that in manufacturing. You could say, well, we need to create more jobs in manufacturing. Why? It's being done very efficiently because of the advances in technology, etc. Right? Here's an interesting statistic. You know the most bloody union riot in the history of the United States? It was the elevator operators riot in New York City. What was an elevator operator? The person that stood there in the elevator. You came in and they pushed the button for you. At some point, people said, well, we don't need to employ somebody to do that because people will push their own button. So the people who were employed in that union went crazy. In the elevator union, elevator operators union, we deserve our rights to push that button for other people. Why? You could go do other things. So that went down to zero. They say, well, we should create more jobs in the elevator operator union, the elevator operator space. We need to create more jobs. We need to be, do more things. No, that's gone now. Manufacturing is mostly gone now. Farming is mostly gone now. It's being done by a few incredibly efficient people. So you take a look at travel. It wasn't too long ago that a travel agent as a job was a good job because there were commissions being paid by the airlines, by the hotels. They were being paid to those travel agents, and those travel agents did the work, and they did all that stuff. Well, what happened? The airlines eliminated commissions. The hotels eliminated commissions. the travel agency was gutted down to just a few specialists. Why? Because we became more efficient. Because people can go online today and they can book their own travel. They don't need a travel agent. So what happened to all these people? They found other stuff to do. You get what I'm saying? You take paper, not the paper business, not selling paper, but the people that had their job was moving paper, organizing paper, taking care of paper, moving stuff around and handling filing and everything else. Well, that's all electronic now today. That's going, the paper, physical paper is going away. So that's gone way down. The people involved in pushing paper around. It's being done by electronics, technology today. So those people, those jobs are gone. Gone. How many do you want me to show you? The vinyl record industry, people who worked in the vinyl record industry, that's all gone. People who worked in the CD industry, that's almost gone. People who worked in the, how many people did it take to employ in order to be able to provide iTunes? Almost nothing. Take a look at the radio business or entertainment, or let's just call it radio and newspaper. What's happened to the newspaper business? What's happened to the radio business? It's controlled by a few major players, and it's done electronically. That world has changed. Right? So here's what I got to tell you. What our politicians are saying today is, you know what? We need our educational system is stuck trying to provide people for these models. You can go get an agriculture degree today. You can go get a manufacturing degree today. You can, people try and sell you educational systems into travel or, hey, you can get in the radio or news business. Yeah, the educational system is still stuck selling this. And the politicians are trying to tell all these displaced people, you know what? It's going to be okay. So here's the reality in the United States. The reality in the United States is this. Since 2008 to today, we are minus 6 million jobs. And there's a lot of talk about what we need to do about that. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Every year, from this day forward, we're going to need less jobs to do the same things that we've been used to living than we do today. Every day. Every year. We're going to need less people in different industries because of efficiency, because of technology, because of innovation. Every single day. Every single year. That 6 million is going to turn into 7, and then 8, and then 10, and then 12. And we're going to have to deal with that, in our society. But what's the solution? Here's the solution, in my opinion. The solution is long word, entrepreneurialism. People going into business for themselves. People who are displaced out of those other places going into business for themselves. Now, what's a good business? Entrepreneurialism is one thing, and innovation is another. A good friend of mine gave me a great quote, and that quote was this: without resistance, there is no innovation. There's no need for innovation. So this resistance is going to create innovation for our entire world. And it's going to be led by these entrepreneurs who are going out there and making something happen. Now let me tell you where network marketing fits and why it's so great. We've got products and services on this side. We have consumers on this side. So traditionally you use advertising to educate consumers about these products and services. Well, advertising is becoming incredibly difficult in today's world. There's hundreds of channels and hundreds of options and online and all this stuff. It's hard to get somebody's attention. What's the best form of advertising? Word of mouth. Anytime the consumer needs to be educated, that's where MLM comes in. MLM helps educate consumers about products and services and connects those two worlds using word-of-mouth advertising. That's always going to be with us. There's always going to be a need, as our world changes, to educate consumers. Always. Network marketing is the best way to do that because it motivates people to educate consumers using word-of-mouth advertising on products and services. That's why we are safe. That's why we are protected. That's why we will always have a place, because consumers will always need to be educated about new products and services. And who brings more innovation to products and services than MLM? Right? So here's where we are, folks. We're not going back to these places. Those jobs are gone. The educational system continues to try and fill jobs inside of a world that's changed completely. 6 million jobs have been eliminated since 2008. That's only going to go up because we're going to continue to be more efficient. We're going to continue to be better when it comes to the use of technology and everything else to displace these jobs that used to be necessary and aren't anymore. What's the solution? Entrepreneurialism, innovation, taking products and services, educating consumers using word-of-mouth advertising. The best business in the world to do that is MLM. So I hope that helps you. I hope maybe you could show this to somebody who's trying to understand what's going on in the working world, or trying to understand why is MLM, how does that fit inside of our economy? Here's how it fits. Okay? So forgive my rant, but I've been seeing so much of this news. I had to talk to you about this. I had to draw it all out and just explain to you where we are and why things are better with MLM. Why network marketing is a better way. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.